Hello learner, how are you? I hope you are fine. Now that we have come to the end of the first week, let's go through what we have learned so far in this week together for revision. In the very beginning of our Santali Swayam course, we learned about introducing oneself in the lesson 1.1. In this lesson, we learned the uses of verbless sentences. The initial videos laid the foundation by focusing on basic self-introductions and greetings, helping learners start simple conversations. Greetings like Shagun Seta means good morning. Johar Gomke means Johar Sir, and phrases like Indo means I am. Ando Okoy means who are you? Were taught to enable you to introduce yourself and you can ask someone about him or her confidently. You also learned about personal pronouns like in and and possessive pronouns like inye and ama. Hope you practiced it well. Moving from language basics, the course shifted its focus to the brief introduction to the Santal. We learned about the land, naming of Santal, origin, occupation, society, and history of Santal in the lesson 1.2. Major populated land of Santal are West Bengal, Jharkhand, Bihar, Odisha, Assam in India. You also learned the history of naming Santal. The Santals belong to the Proto-Australoid group. The Santal have been identifying themselves as the name Hor since ancient times. They came to be known as Kherwal during the Mughal rule. Then, British Governor of Bengal, Sir John Shore, used the name Santal for the Kherwal people in 1795. This word Santal has emerged as the next Santal. You also learned that there is a binti about the origin of Santal. The main occupation of the Santals is cultivation. Apart from agriculture, most of the Santals are now educated and engaged in government jobs, teachers, company jobs, or trade. In this lesson, you also knew that the lifestyle of Santals was very different from other community. They are the worshipper of nature. All Santals live their lives in the Majhi system of society. There are 5 posts of administration in the Santal village. The posts are Majhi, Paranik, Jogmaji, Naike, and Godit. With these 5 persons, all the activities of Santal society are accomplished. You also came to know about the modern history of the Santal. According to their history, Baba Tilka Majhi was a freedom fighter. Under the leadership of him, the Santals fought against the British from 1771 to 1785. After this, the second rebellion in 1855 was the Santal rule. This rebellion was also against the East India Company and the user Mahajan Jamindars. The leaders of the Santal rebellion were Sidho Murmu, Kanhu Murmu, Chand Murmu, Bhairo Murmu, Phulo Murmu, and Jhano Murmu. You were also introduced to a brief introduction to the Santal culture. They have rich cultural heritage. The worship, festivals, and customs of the Santals are very different from other societies. The Santals have different dances and songs in every festival. The Santals are the nature worshippers. The name of its divine shrine is Jaher Gar. The famous festivals of the Santals are Baha, Sohrai, Maksim, Karam, Arosim, Janthar and Sakrat. But most of all, the festivals of Baha, Sohrai and Sakrat are celebrated in a grand. You learned about the birth ritual, marriage ceremony and funeral in this lesson. Birth ritual of Santali is quite different from other communities. It is an important ritual. When a new baby is born in a family, it does not only defecation that family. It can be said that all those villagers are defecations. There are so many types of marriage in Santal society. The main marriages are as follows. Number 1, Duar marriage. Number 2, Ghardi Jawai marriage. Number 3, Tunki Dipil marriage. Number 4, Kondel Nyapam marriage. Number 5, Golaiti marriage. Number 6, Sangha marriage. Number 7, Gurlotom marriage. Number 8, Sange Bariyat marriage, etc. In Santal society, when a person dies, his funeral is performed in 2 ways. Either he or she would be buried or burnt. There will be no auspicious work is done in the house until the Bhandan. The Bhandan is performed by the family members of the deceased, with which his or her soul will be placed inside the house. Another key focus in this week was on the lesson 1.4, titled as a brief introduction to Santali language and literature. In this lesson, you learned that Santali is the mother tongue of Santals. It is a branch of the Austro-Asiatic language family. The speakers of Santali are mostly concentrated in the states of Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha, Bihar, Assam, etc. On 22nd December 2003, the Lok Sabha passed a bill to include Santali language as the 8th scheduled language of India. The government of India recognized the Santali language under the 8th section of the Constitution on 7th January 2004. The script for writing Santali language is Olchiki. The Olchiki was created by Pandit Raghunath Murmu in the year 1925. Later, we learned about the richness of the Santali literature. Santali literature is mainly divided into 2 parts. One is oral literature and the other is written literature. In Santali literature, oral literature is richer than written literature. Santali oral literature is divided into 11 sections. They are: number 1, folk song; number 2, folktale; number 3, binti; number 4, kudum; number 5, gidra bauli; number 6, proverb; number 7, idiomatic phrase; number 8, bankhed; number 9, mantar; number 10, jharni; and number 11, folklore. The Santali language was first written by Reverend Jeremiah Phillips. He published a book named A Santali Primer in 1845. Then Ramdas Tudu Reska was the first Santal who wrote Kherwal Bangsho Dharam Puthi in Santali and published the book in 1894. Before and after the independence of India, some Santals have dedicated their lives for the writing of Santali literature. Among them were Pandit Raghunath Murmu, Naike Mangal Chandra Soren, Stephen Hikim Murmu, Sadhuram Chand Murmu, Solomon C. Murmu, Gorachand Tudu, Shamsundar Hemdrom, Narayan Soren Tore Sutam, Dr. Doman Sahu Somir, Sarada Prasad Kisku, Dhirendranath Baske, Rupchand Hemdrom, etc. Another key focus in this week on the lesson 1.5 was on the Santali script. There are two types of script in Santali. One is the script for printing and the other is for writing. Here we learned the number of Santali letters, classification of Santali alphabet as vowels and consonants and japachiki. We learned in the lesson 1.6 on the set 1 of Santali alphabet. In this lesson, we learned the first set of alphabet in Santali as O, Ot, O, Ong, All. Here you also knew the utterance of the alphabets distinctly, origin, shape, writing movement and use of these letters. A major theme throughout the lessons of week 1 was about the conversation in verbless sentence, land of Santal, Santal culture, Santali language and literature, and Santali script, which are fundamental for progressing in Santali. So you are now familiar with the Santal society and you are able to introduce yourself by the use of simple greetings in Santali. This foundational knowledge prepares you to build vocabulary and construct more complex sentences in the following weeks. Moving closer to a conversational proficiency, to conclude, we can say the lessons of week 1 provided a well-rounded introduction to the Santali language, Santal cultural essence, some basic communication and the Santali script. Okay learners, I will see you next time in the next lesson. Thank you all.